Good.
Crackin Natties. Crackin Natties. Crackin Natties. F it. Let's crack some natties.
All right, we're back. It's only been 2 weeks. Everybody settle down. It's not that big of a
Calm
deal.
down.
Everybody settle down. A lot's happened in the last couple weeks. You know, we start the show off with the intro, and then we talk about the Bills and the Oilers, whatever. But last time we didn't talk about the Oilers because they sucked, and we talked about drums instead.
We did.
But this week, any crazy introductions we need to know of besides a new character you're working on? But we can.
She'll come out later.
What did work? Oh, did you gummed up a little bit on me, didn't you? That's all right. So let's get the boring stuff out of the way. Since we've been on last, the Bills have played 3 times.
Yep.
In the last 12 days. We were on 14 days ago. The Bills played 3 times. They won all 3 games.
We haven't been on since we were in Detroit.
Haven't. We were on Friday night before we left for Detroit.
Yep.
And obviously we went to Detroit. It was great. Not a whole lot to talk about. We got to see 6 field goals, which is exactly what I paid money for.
100%.
Yeah, and so that was great. We got to see the Tyler Bass show.
We got to hang out at the IHOP Applebee's a lot.
Which was fucking awesome. I got to meet one of their ex-offensive linemen, which is a bore. So I thought it was the greatest.
It was.
But so Detroit was great. And then the turnaround for Thanksgiving, came back to Detroit, barely beat the Lions, which is fine. A rebuilding Lions team, so we're not going to hang our head about it. A win's a win. That's what they say. Mm-hmm. And had a great Thanksgiving. You had a good Thanksgiving, right? We were together most of the part.
No, I loved it.
Yeah, it was good. Went to my sister's
I
house.
got pretty drunk the first.
Yeah, we got really drunk.
half of the
Dad got really drunk.
Dad got so drunk.
He got really drunk the first half, and then by the end of the game, he was
napped.
like, yeah.
He tackled a lot.
Yeah. Like he skipped over mean Dad and just went to, like hammered Dad. Wrestled the
rough
kids.
Dad?
Yeah, told everybody
Grandpa's
to fuck off
drunk.
for a while. Yeah. Hey, Grandpa's drunk again. So then by like 4 o'clock he was sober again, eating turkey and smothering gravy all over his face.
I heard your mom say, "Wendell,
Yeah.
can you even hear me?"
Yeah.
So many times.
So Dad drank just enough not to barf up anything. So it was perfect. It was the best Thanksgiving ever. And I drank myself sober. So it was perfect. And then talking about Bills, and then last night against the stupid Patriots, who everybody hates, took care of them, no problem, 24-10.
Yeah,
kind of a boring game, but not. It was awesome, and I'm glad to beat them. Got a first division win. Oilers, we are running the AFC East gauntlet right now. Mm-hmm. Took care of the Patriots. We got the Jets. Then we got the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. Then we got the Bears. Then we got the Bengals, and then we got the Patriots to finish off the season. I think 14-3 is right there. Fuck it. I'm on the high side now.
No, it feels
I'm on
good.
the positive side now. Anytime after you beat the Patriots, I don't care who their quarterback is, Mac Jones, McDonald's, Pac-Man, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We beat the Patriots, and that's all that matters.
We did. Kraft.
Yeah.
He sucks.
Robert Kraft?
Yeah.
Oh, why? Why do you think Robert Kraft sucks? He's the owner, the guy that gets handies from Asians.
I don't know. I just don't like him.
Why? Just for being a real dude?
Just because he's short and old.
And he looks like Gerald Ford?
He really does. Whoa.
Yeah, he does. That is way too much Patriot talk.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Fuck those guys.
Ugh.
Mac Jones sucks. The whole team
Gross.
sucks. Fuck everybody.
Did Ryan Fitzpatrick actually quarterback for them?
For who?
The Patriots?
No.
Okay.
Never.
Well,
Why would you think that?
Well, I just...
2009 to like 2013, he was a quarterback for the Bills.
Yes.
Had one great game. They signed him for 4 years, $60 million, and didn't throw another complete pass.
Yeah. I just know he went everywhere, and I just...
Yeah. That is not Ryan Fitzpatrick. But him and what's our quarterback's name? Oh, Josh Allen. Love each other, and it was cool. And Josh wore the Fitzpatrick jersey. It was
cute.
Pretty sweet. Not to be confused with the Stephon Diggs jersey, same number, but yeah. I think Diggs has worn it a little bit better than Fitz did, but we still love him. Bills royalty. Fuck it. So week 13, got a long way to go. That win was great. It was good. real quick, I'll give myself under a minute to talk Oilers football. Was fun. 3-game winning streak came to a startling halt last night in Minnesota. Got beat 5-2, but who gives a shit because the Bills were stomping the Patriots. A couple days off, goes right into a 4-game homestand against a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah. I don't
Sit
know.
at 13-11, not what we had planned. I
It's
say
not
we
great,
because
but I
I've
love
been a
them
diehard
so
Oiler
much.
my whole life. Everybody knows that. That's
Yep.
my family. I've been an Oilers fan since I was a kid.
Yep.
Going on around 13 months, but still. So that's nothing that needs to be delved into too much. We still have the 2 best players in the league, and
do.
we're only going to get better. All right? We're only going to get better. So instead of getting right into headlines, we are going to start really quick with some power rankings. My niece picked these out tonight.
Oh,
Now,
baby girl.
my niece is, let's see, she was born there. That's going to make her, 10 years old?
Sure.
Yeah, she'll be 10. She's almost 10 years old. And she is the sweetest, most lovable girl, but she did pick number 69 to start with.
Okay.
And I figured out, I looked at all the power rankings for tonight, and I figured out they're not going to take very long because we have a lot to get into tonight. We have a shitload to get into.
What a show.
A lot. But number 69 is, it'll knock your socks off.
Whoa! I have questions.
What do you mean? You have, name anything besides getting into a shower. Something has ever knocked your socks off besides your own hands.
No, when I picture my socks getting knocked off, I'm exploding and my socks flying off my legs.
Has it ever happened?
No.
So it's like when pigs fly or something like that,
Yeah.
something that's not really possible.
Yeah.
So I've got really big feet. Like because they don't make anything over like size 12, so I still have to buy the 8 to 12s.
Yeah.
Like when I was out of those when I was in like first grade, I started buying 8 to 12s, and they fit perfectly. So now they're a little bit snug. It's gonna take a fucking miracle for anything to knock my socks off. Like, you can't even get my shirt off me these days because it's so tight. So to knock your socks off, like, and who's wearing baggy socks? Anyway, so is it something that is so miraculous and so phenomenal, or we're not talking about like actual natural disasters? Like, well, let's go live to Kathy down in Florida. Kathy, we're talking category 6 down there. Yes, that's right, Tom. One lady had her actual socks knocked off because of this. Gale force winds, 165 miles an hour. Let's go live to the lady who had her socks knocked off. And, she's up to her elbows in fucking water. And she's like, yeah, everything was going fine until, boom, all the water came and my socks flew off.
But her feet
So
are
you
still
can
there.
actually say that your socks were knocked off. It was that big of a deal. Or are we talking about something that's like it was so like the Bills beat the Patriots, it knocked my socks off? Fuck that. You ever had your socks knocked off?
You've taken my socks off?
Well, yeah. I've kept them on too.
Yeah. Let's go.
I'm sorry about all the extra.
Number 69, folks.
I've got extra
Socks.
laugh things in here. If you guys hear anything that's sounds a little off key, I've got some extra laugh buttons in here. But this show is probably not going to knock anybody's socks off. Which, by the way, I can barely reach down to get my socks off. So it's going to take something pretty awesome to knock them off. The only thing that could knock my socks off is anything on a Thurman update.
Oh.
Do you have anything there, or have we quit that?
No.
Is it turned
of
into
course
the new
I have
goat?
updates. Nobody can look at my internet history. Is really what I'm saying. I've already tried to join a Facebook group, blah, blah, blah. So our girl in Thurman is actually getting letters upon letters upon letters and photos from people wanting to know if their missing loved one could be in her
possibly,
well.
Yeah.
And she's like, I was a child. I don't know what these dead people look like. I don't know.
But don't you think? I don't mean to interrupt, but don't you think? Don't we need to make sure that there's people in this well before people start asking,
Yeah.
is my mother in this well? Like,
I
first of
mean-
all, how big of a hoe was she back around 1976, November-ish?
I don't know.
But don't you think we need to get the hoe?
We need to
back
actually
host, not
like
actual host.
okay. We need to maybe confirm that there are bodies there.
Oh, yeah,
and-
before we
but
start asking
also,
if our family members are there.
this girl-
Like, I lost a dog too, by the way. Any bones down there?
She was a child. Do you think she knows? She doesn't know. So
She's as a child now, or she? Because she should be like 50 now if she's looking for her mom. Because we're talking 70s. Like, did you even do any research on it?
This is my life. Yeah. So I'm
Anybody named
skipping over
Thurman
all
down
of that. I'm skipping over all that because I don't care. People are sending her letters and photos, and she's like, I don't know. We'll see. But FBI is giving her a polygraph test.
Really?
They are.
To see if this whole thing's made up?
Yeah. And she's like, fucking test me. I've been asking you to test me since
Language.
98. Yeah. No, I'll say whatever I want.
Okay. So they're not, are they going to wait for this polygraph test before we start the motors on into the engines of these excavators?
Oh, no, they're still considering
digging. It's
digging.
time to start digging.
No, they're going to dig. The ground's going to get freeze.
Really? They're not using shovels, so I think that. Oh my God! What are people going to do that are going to help in this digging process? Well, it's a 400 horsepower cat. I think cat's like. No, it's 18.
I feel like if the
All right, moving on. Just kidding. No.
That's my Thurman update. The FBI is giving her a polygraph test, and there are people that want to know if their loved ones are there. And she's like, I don't know. I was just a child wheelbarrowing bodies.
I just got an update on my phone.
Okay.
Up to 90-mile-an-hour winds in Thurman tonight.
She's a goner.
Yeah. Multiple trees down.
Yep.
Multiple houses that were just built last week are already down on the ground.
Cats are carrying bones.
I'm telling you, we wait this thing out long enough, we're going to get a big enough quake to dig up these bones ourselves.
Yeah.
I swear.
You know what they say?
No, I don't.
If the bones are good.
Where's the pause button on this thing before you said that? I can't find it. What'd you say? If
go.
the bones are... Oh, like that song?
I was hoping you'd hate it.
Crickets.
Move on.
Hold on. God, I got too many things on here. Excuse me. Head lice. Did you hear about this? I bet you didn't. NASA. Listen, NASA expects by the year 2030 humans to be living and working on the moon.
On the moon, not Mars?
By 2030.
Really?
Daily Loud. Everything they report has so far been 100% true for the most part.
Okay, so by what year?
2030. So what is this like? If this was 1930, I'd be like, damn, we actually have a chance. That's like 8 years from now.
Whoa. Who's moving there? What are we doing there? Why?
And will my CDL still be good there if like we go, or do you have to start like all over like, I don't know, like.
What are you hauling?
Give me
Moon
an
rocks?
actual. Okay, that's an actual truth. Elon Musk said it.
Okay.
2030, we're working and living on the moon. I don't know how things work on the moon. What's the temperature like in the moon?
Do you have to wear those suits?
Is it in the moon or on the moon? Do you go on it? You don't go in the moon, right?
Depends on if you're in
It's not like a house.
like a deep moon.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a door that goes into the moon, and then that's where all the shit gets done. Or do you just go on the moon? Because we're on Earth, but actually we go inside places. Like, you just set up shop on the moon, but don't you dare go in.
It's like a manhole,
yeah.
and the Ninja Turtles are down there.
Like, I'm useless on the moon because there's no fucking trees, right? Maybe by 2130, they might need tree work done there. But so we got 8 years that we're going to be working and living on the moon. And what's the only job on the moon right now? Just shoveling dust? I mean, like.
What are you going to do?
What kind of people are moving to the, I mean, if it's just, we're taking bids to people go on the moon right now. Right now we need shovelers, excavators.
And like a Subway.
Yeah.
The sandwich.
Yeah.
Subway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have said it if it didn't come up on the Daily Loud. That's 99.6%.
No, everything's been spot on.
By 2030, like they said by 2000 we were going to be driving rocket cars. That came and gone. Now I still can't get anything to start. And it's what, 20?
We have those Teslas that drive on their own and kill people.
No. Yeah, which is a whole nother story in its own. But so not a big deal, but not a small deal that like if you're looking to rent space on the moon, I don't know what their going rate is like. What is it like $10 a lot or is it like $10 million a lot? Like, what's the demographic they're trying to get on the moon? Because right now I'm feeling like just suckers.
Dicks
Or maybe
up
we
there.
test drive it, like send a shuttle full of homeless up just to test the waters or test the dust a little bit. Just be like,
Even
let's see
they're
how these
like,
guys
eh.
do for a week. You know, we'll give them, a loaf of bread and a sack of bologna.
They can make it work though.
And if they're like, hey, everything seems legit up here, then we'll send like some illegal aliens up, like illegal, like people that hate America up there. And then we'll send,
Jesus Christ.
then after that, like really illegals that like, dug in to get in here, like.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just saying, like, we'll test the water. All right, we'll send like death row inmates up there just to be like, you know what, you guys duke it out up there and tell us how it is down there. Report back. 20 to lifers, then we'll send it. If we're still doing the show in 7 years and people are on the moon, I'm gonna look back at the show and be like, guess I'm not so stupid anymore, am I?
Can you imagine?
No, I can't imagine. I'd rather live in Rook's basement than on the fucking moon. I'd rather live on the moon, I think, than. So, we'll give it 7 years, give or take. It could be 2031.
We'll report back.
Yeah, we'll report back. 2032. May.
I don't know. We'll
May-ish.
never remember.
I suppose you heard about this, though.
Hmm.
It's not from the Daily Loud. It's from the Daily Wrong. Ask me.
No.
There's a long jump competition
Oh my God.
for the blind. Now, here's what after watching the 20-second video a couple times, I don't think it's a long jump competition for the blind. I think people were getting blindfolded and doing the long jump competition. I don't know if you saw it or not.
I
Did you gather it as blindfolded?
They're
and then
blindfolded.
Okay, because I thought it was just blind people, and I'm like, come on, they already have enough,
I know.
quote, hurdles to jump. Which would be another competition. Be like, all right, we're going to run together. Now, I know you can't see a goddamn
Trust me on
thing,
this one.
but every 4 steps you're going to need to jump. All right, go. Step, 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 up. Step, 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 up. So you heard they tried it with the javelin, right? Except they blindfolded the judges. You didn't hear that? Yeah. So I think it's blindfolded.
They
long-
blindfolded him.
What are we doing here?
Why? Did you see that guy? He he missed the sand pit by one butt cheek.
Not even close.
Which is fucking awful.
It's like long jumping back in the 20s when the Olympics were going. It's like when they high jumped into a bale of hay with the tractor still fucking.
What is the point?
I don't know. It's like if
Run the mile blind
No
in
shit.
circles.
Yeah. Or if like the deaf played Name That Tune. I know it's not an Olympic sport. It's like, well, cutting edge stuff. So I think they were blindfolded, and I don't understand like what.
Can you imagine the
fun.
discus blind?
Yeah, no.
blindfolded?
Like
You
just no, and also the next thing they were doing, like for the second round, that was the first round. The second round of the blind long jump, they spin them around 3 times, and then they just have them go rip hell.
They're gonna give him a shot of tequila,
Yeah.
have them spin on a bat 10
Turns into
times,
the fuck-
and then blindfold you.
Don't just make. If you're gonna do the blind Olympic, don't start with the long jump. Start with something serious like the steeplechase or
But can
like.
you can you imagine though if you're
Yeah, like-
doing the long jump
Well,
and
what are you-
like the guy he really got one leg in the
Yeah, he
sand
got a
and
little
one
bit of
not.
his-
Can you imagine if he missed
And that
the
was like
sand
the world record.
entirely?
Yeah. So he just lands on his feet like a cat if he doesn't.
What?
Like imagine you're gonna land in sand and you do the whole thing and it's just wet concrete that you land in. I mean, imagine like
He
if
broke
we
his
did-
legs.
If we did the blind high jump,
broke
like,
his
hey,
legs.
hear me out. Now hear me out, Mr. Smith. We're gonna do the blind high jump. Now I know you have no idea where this thing is or where the mat is or even how high we're putting it. And like we're just gonna start you with the mat. If you can find the mat, then we'll bump it up to 1 foot and we'll go all the way up accordingly. Poking fun at the blind, if you ask me. I mean,
What do the blind have to say about this? They haven't seen it.
Nobody saw anything. Like we didn't see this coming. What's gonna be next? I got nothing left. I heard it right down. I suppose you heard about this though. As of Sunday, when I stopped caring about it, as of last Sunday, it's Friday.
Okay.
As of last Sunday, 3 people were trapped 100 foot above air and some power lines from a plane crash.
Oh, boy.
I'm guessing they're out, but I stopped listening. The way I figured is they were just slingshotting them food and water up there because I figured that big of a mess in power lines, you're fucked, right? Because the power lines are so big, you can't cut down electricity.
No, you can't play around power lines.
Yeah, like Louis the Lightning Bug.
Yep.
We gotta play safer on electricity. You know that guy right there? So I stopped reading after Sunday. Do you have any more developments in the people? Because of right now, it's in Montgomery County, Maryland, and they crashed into some power lines.
No,
They get them out?
I saw the headline and I went, "That's dumb," and then I moved on.
Well, it's not dumb. It's like...
How do you get there?
Well, fly a little under radar a little bit. And they were 100 feet in the air, so it's kind of tall, but...
Where were they going? Who was the pilot? Was he just like Chuck?
Yeah, god damn, I could have so many
Chuck
sound
that just wanted to go to like the lake for the weekend.
Yeah.
But he had too many Miller Lights and he just ended up in the power lines.
It's like, oh, I think I can get between them.
And he's like, "Honey, it's fine."
Yeah. See what this Cessna can do.
I got.
Then you got three passengers.
Yeah, I got somebody that can get us out of this.
Yeah. So you
But he's
make
still
a phone call
cracking
to.
Miller Lights.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I figured that once they got caught there, they weren't going anywhere. So the least they can do is get him up food and water before. They probably rescued him. You don't know anything about this. I thought that's.
Well, no, I saw the headline.
Did they make it out alive?
I can only assume that they made it out.
I'm just getting word. Hold on. Yeah, they all died.
Well, don't
Moving
find
on. No, I think I'm sure they got out.
All right.
You still do the old 1980s thing where the fire department comes and gets out that big mat for everybody, that big
Yes.
trampoline for everybody to jump in. They're like,
Yeah.
it's the best we can do because
Yeah.
it's so dangerous.
Yeah, they do.
And they lost one person doing that because it hit, and then
And it
bounced
was
all the way
the-
over, and they bounced back into the power lines.
Yeah.
It's tragic. Then they just stopped reporting about it. Like, I'm sure everybody's okay.
Yeah.
It's Maryland.
Maryland.
Yep. I'm a big. I contemplated putting this on the power rankings list because there's nothing you can say about it, and it's not really a saying. Well, it's a very big saying made famous by a redneck comedian in the probably late 90s and 2000s. And I'm not sure how to exactly pronounce it. It's number 20, though, picked by my niece.
Power rankings.
It's get our done. Get. You familiar with this? Have you heard? You might be a redneck if you get her done.
I'm unfortunately
One of those things? One of the-
very familiar.
What does that mean?
Well, it just means to really buckle down and just get it done.
Get our done, I have
Get-
written down.
Get her done.
Oh, get her done.
Get her done.
Like get her done.
Get
Get it done.
get her done.
So you got to go and like, get her done. Like one of those.
If you ever said that to me, I'd leave you forever.
Yeah. What if I just got it done, though? Oh, it's not going to matter.
Well,
Hey, babe.
get it done and then I'm out.
I mean, there's only pretty much one voice you can talk. Well, get her done, huh?
I've never wanted to slap you until right
Why would you? Really? Just because of my get our done voice?
now. Yeah.
It's not. It's like get it done. Like.
Get it?
Have you said it?
No.
Larry the Cable Guy. You familiar?
He's a Nebraska man.
He's got a couple hit movies.
He sure does. Does he?
Health Inspector. Larry the Cable Guy. Health Inspector. He had,
Truthfully, I've never seen a movie with him in it.
I think I saw him in concert.
What?
It's a comedian, not like a band. I think it was a comedian show.
Was he the headliner?
Yeah, he had that ripped off flannel shirt
it's-
that everybody thought was
Yeah,
hilarious.
I'm aware of the
And then he says,
shtick.
she had on panties that had the crotch cuts out of them. And then he says, get our done.
Did you? So you saw this on purpose?
No. Did you hear about this? From the Daily Loud. A passenger fell off a cruise ship. You hear about it?
Oh, no.
And spent 15 hours in the ocean before being rescued.
No shit.
Yep. That's all I got. But do you think, like, because I've been stranded on, I bet we've all been on cruise ships before.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, it was like a penalty? Like, when they fall off, they're like, he will stay there until he realizes what he's done. And because I got left on at Bahamas once.
You did.
But it wasn't like swimming around in the ocean for 15 hours. I had to
just
spend the
getting
night.
braids.
I had to spend the night in the Bahamas for 15 hours. It wasn't that bad, but I can imagine like 15 hours before he got rescued. What supposed to rescue him? One of them old fishing boats? Is this like a castaway situation where the? You didn't hear about this story at all.
I didn't.
15 hours. It's not really headline news. I mean, if he's stranded for like 3 years, and it's like, holy shit, he made it out, big beard and everything.
Whoa. Once I watched, like, it was either a 20 or 60 minutes, and did you know that the same amount of people that enter a cruise ship do not exit the cruise ship?
That doesn't make any sense because they're such sticklers on, because that's why they just tossed my passport out on the docks. Like,
Yeah.
So, like, we're talking about deaths or just, like, people who
In
just,
general.
like, decide, really, like,
Some might
every
die.
time?
Yeah, there's never the same amount that gets on and off at the beginning and the end. Ask Diane Sawyer. Diane
Diane?
Sawyer.
Oh, she said it?
Probably.
Take for what it's worth. This is from my brother-in-law, Jake.
Okay.
Red Lake in northern Minnesota. You familiar?
I've heard about it
It's
tonight.
right on the border of...
I saw
I want to say
Winnipeg.
Saskatchewan. Oh, it's Winnipeg, yeah. Just wanted to say Saskatchewan. 100 people stranded. All these stories are about people getting stranded on a place. 100 people stranded on an iceberg that broke off while they were ice fishing. Do you finish the tournament, or do you start calling for help when your iceberg breaks off? 100 people. Ice broke off, and then they just, like, floated into the lake. 100 guys.
There's icebergs on lakes?
Well, you know what I mean. Like, now that I think of it, there probably shouldn't be. But Jake said it. He said iceberg.
Oh my God! I can't believe that there's 100 people that are stranded on this iceberg
All right,
on this lake.
Let's update this story. Let's take a few zeros
100
off.
people?
One guy got stranded while he was ice fishing. But
So what happens?
I think
Just let him
you
go?
finish up or just wait till spring and then swim.
Sure.
Either way.
How big was the fish he
How
caught?
big
though?
are these news stories that I'm bringing right now?
They're huge. They're as huge as those red gills.
You know,
They're as big as those walleyes on Red Lake.
have you seen
River.
what they're pulling out of there? I saw a couple pictures.
I saw a couple hogs tonight.
I try so hard to act like I know what I'm looking at when I look at a fish. Like, it could be like I just don't know. I just pretty like, holy shit, that's a monster. It's like, that was the smallest one. And, like, it could be like I just picture everybody holding a shark, you know?
Yeah. What a
It's like, everything's just the most impressive to me. Like, it could be a bluegill, but it's like 4 pounds, and that's a world record. And I'm like, that's pretty small. It's a bluegill. I don't know what they're pulling out of Lake Red, Big Red, but I just don't really know my fishing that well, and I pretend to. Good thing nobody listens, because they would know I'm a fraud about fishing.
You were a big fisherman once.
Oh, when we were out in the wavy waves of Belize?
Yeah.
What country is that in?
I don't have any idea.
Neither. Good time, though, wasn't it?
Sure loved it.
Hear about this?
What?
You know, they finally settled their divorce, Kanye and Kim.
No shit.
Yep. This is pop culture news. Kanye.
Wait, finally?
Yeah, it's finalized. You know, Kanye's got his head on straight. I got actually a bit to read about that, but did you know that he has to pay $200,000 a month in child support?
Feels familiar. What?
What?
No.
Oh. How is Kim supposed to feed her children on only $200,000 a month?
I don't know.
How is she supposed to find a place to live
Somebody crossed a
and
bear.
support her sisters and her bras on $200,000 a year? How's she supposed to support her clothing line and her fashion style?
And this is just child support, not alimony?
Yeah. Do you know what 12 times 2 is?
No.
It's probably it's almost $2.5 million a year. And she's supposed to do something with that? Try to build an empire?
What a slap
This
in the
is wrong.
face. Like, as a mother, how embarrassing.
I know. I hated that story. I just felt so bad for her. The woman always gets the shaft
How's she supposed
when it
to
comes
shake
to
her
divorces.
salads on
You know
that?
anything about divorces?
We've
We've all been there, right?
all been there.
$200,000 a month? I wouldn't even I'd be like, no, $1 million minimum.
No.
Yeah. What would you say exactly?
Give me more.
Here it
Because I need to shake my salads with more than $2.5 million every week.
That's a new character. Goddamn.
I have to
So,
shake my shoulders when I say it.
so on that note, did you hear about? Wait, I'm sorry, babe. You know how much I love you.
Thank you. I'll laugh on my
I got. God damn it! Hold on. And Kanye West, speaking of them, got reported for tax evasion.
Right.
Also. So it's gonna be hard to shuffle out $200K a month when you
I mean,
got tax evasion. But I've got the story here from the Daily Loud.
All right.
I'm gonna read this verbatim if you don't mind. Kanye West said the IRS has put a hold on 4 of his bank accounts because the rapper owes the federal government $500 million in taxes. West,
Kanye.
his last name, not
Sure.
the
Direction.
who has changed his legal name to
Yeti?
Ye, made the revelation during the interview with a right-leaning podcaster, Tim Pool, on Monday. In quotes, I'm talking about literally finding out they was trying to put me in prison this morning. Ye said, but I found out, okay, so they froze. They put a $75 million hold on 4 of my accounts. And they said, you owe a lot in taxes. Took me like 6 hours to find out how much a lot was, Ye said. Ye? Doesn't matter. Well, it was around $50 million. The New York Post has sought commercial comment from the IRS. During the interview, he acknowledged that it was obviously not the most financial literate person on the planet. He said he asked different CFOs who were tied to his business whether he is evading taxes. And then this is where it gets really brilliant. In quotes, he said, so now I'm having ... I get to actually learn how to run a company. I get to learn how to, count.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Actually, it's yay.
Huh.
So just goes to show you,
You
babe,
know-
we might be small potatoes out here in this big old world, but my God, that guy is a trillionaire. Didn't pay a lick of taxes.
Who would?
And really, I don't hardly pay him either, but Dad's always says small fish won't come looking for you. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's not like we're out on the big red right
Right.
now shooting muskies.
Yeah,
from the
win
top
some,
deck
yeah,
of a-
lose some.
Mm-mm.
I'll see myself out.
I wouldn't. It's a one-time deal. I would never. Plus, I don't think you're gonna get
No.
out right now.
I am trapped in here.
So that's your pop culture.
I love pop culture.
I don't know if I do or not.
I love them.
Tax evasion. Daily Loud.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about this? Rats reportedly ate $500,000 worth of marijuana evidence in an Indian police warehouse, aka Indian police warehouses. So I think it's because they didn't want to say in an Indian.
That's
So
a lot.
it's Indian police warehouse, and $500,000 worth of marijuana.
Whoa, where?
India.
Oh,
Indian.
there was a lot of.
Yeah, I know it's a lot. So rats ate it.
Whoa, they were so
How do you
chill.
explain to your boss? Like, I'm saying they might be Colombian or maybe like it's like hey boss. It's like we lost $500,000 of our key marijuana to a bunch of rats ate it, and the boss is like, I want you to find these rats. and I want you to take these rats and I want you to do to them, something like that. But I don't think the boss knows that they're actually like squeaky rats. I think he thinks that like some rats,
Like some fucking rats, you snitches get.
You find these
bitches
rats.
get stitches. Snitches.
You take
get-
these rats and you strangle them. you set a trap like you would a real rat, and like no boss, it actually is real rats. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! You bring me these rats! Boss, I don't think you realize. No, are you the rat, Miguel? No, squeaky, squeak. Rats? You think? But $500,000 worth of
No shit.
rats. Wait a minute, $500,000.
That's not at all the story I
Rats
thought you
are
were going
fine.
to tell me.
Yeah, that's a lot of hype. Well, the rats all died or
The rats
got
are
rich
taking over.
trying.
I just read a story that somebody, the state of New York,
Not sure.
is going to pay somebody $170,000 to trap rats because they're taking over.
Find these rats.
Yo, Holmes, find these rats. Hey, puppy, find these rats.
I do not know about these rats.
Hey.
We're okay doing that. It's not like rats.
That's so hot.
Like a gerbil. You talking about tail squeaker? You find these guys. I find them for you. Something like that. I could just find my career in voiceover, right? You find I'm done. All right.
My top's already off.
Mi familia, ocho tío, and you find those squeakers, and you do to them what I did to your brother. You don't find him, and I'll find you. Okay? Now I want you to tell you, don't you laugh at me. I'll kill you, squash you like a rat. I want you dare pee your pants, I'll pee on your face. Nobody does this. You talk about me, hermano, es mi tíos y tías, and I take you, and I squash your face in. You come. Yeah. Oh, you.
I can't do it anymore.
A su madre, you know. Talk about mi familia again. It's gonna be rats for everybody.
I feel like
I had all that written down. Just so you know.
I feel like my eyelids came out of my eyeballs.
Number 14.
Okay.
Got to end the show there, though.
I'm unwell.
God damn it. What were we saying?
No,
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I'm going.
Sorry about that.
I don't know.
Number 14. We can just pass it. Well, we've wasted enough time. Number 14. Do you come here often? I don't know. It's just a pickup line, right?
Yeah. The eye contact you give me when you do that is so good.
We don't have to spend a minute on that.
No.
Do you come here often? It's not even. It's more like it's a pickup line. It's not
is.
more like a. So it's like
It is.
I'm
It's
gonna like out of 119, it could make like the top 110. Like doesn't need to be there. So this is gonna happen. We don't have to spend time on these. Do you come here often? Listen, I'm a guy. I've never said that in my entire life. I've never hit on a girl in my entire life. You were the closest thing I ever came to hitting on.
Yeah.
You know, look how that did.
Oof.
Aces.
Yeah.
Right. But imagine when he sat down at the bar where we were at and asked if you came here often, you'd be like, I will do anything to get the fuck out of here right now.
Can't do it.
No. What if I do come here often? What, are you going to stalk me?
Right. What?
Am I your prey now? Because, like, what are you taking notes on
Should I
people
come
that
here more?
Yeah, right? Fucking awful.
No.
It's a pickup line. It's not really, like, it doesn't really fit into the power rankings that we talk about. It's just stupid because I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. This is big. This is big news. Warner Brothers is selling the original 1989 Batmobile
What?
for 1.5. You seen the movie?
Yeah.
Batman, the
Yeah,
original
yeah, yeah,
Batman,
yeah.
the best and only Batman,
Yes.
are selling that Batmobile, the sweetest thing that had ever came alive in 1989. They're selling it for $1.5 million.
That's it?
It comes equipped
Whoa.
with a flamethrower,
No shit.
and it tops out around 25 to 30 miles an hour.
Oh, hot
So I'm
rod.
wondering if, like, just because it's in 1989 and they're thinking about the original Batman, like Michael Keaton, who's like in his 60s, like, I want you to tell all your friends about me. We're selling the Batmobile for $1.5 million. I want you to tell all your grandmas about me.
Kablam.
Yeah, my wife left me because it barely does the speed limit in our neighborhood. I can do all sorts of impressions.
They all sound relatively the same.
She thought it was going to go like 100 or 130. but it only goes 25.
Doesn't even blow her hair back. Doesn't even blow her socks off.
Who are you? I drive an incredibly slow Batmobile. I'm the original Batman from 1989. Is that kind of how Batman?
I'm just picturing you in tights right now.
I hope there's a handicap spot available at Walmart, or I'll have no idea where to park this thing.
That's not nearly as expensive as I thought it would be.
There's a school near my house, so I tend to never get above 27 miles an hour. I want you to tell all your friends about me that are over 58 years of age. I'm Batman. Something like that. It doesn't have... I can't find the seatbelt. Actually, I don't think it has any. The radio doesn't work either, except AM. Once you tell all your friends that I wouldn't give more than $1.1 million for this thing. But they are selling it for $1.5 million. Don't do it.
Wow, that's news.
Yeah, so, I mean, other than everything else, it's... So we do a little Batman, we do a little,
Mafia rat.
Spaniel rat. We just do a little bit of everything here. You see the trailer for Cocaine?
Honestly,
Bear?
I thought you would never, ever, ever get to it. I honestly blacked out for all of this until you were gonna get to this part.
Just a bear screaming where his family is the entire time, right?
Tell me the bare
Bear's name?
minimum.
Huh? Wait, everybody catching up? The bare minimum about this movie is...
Yeah, tell me the bare minimum about this trailer.
When I found out that Bear Cocaine came out, I thought it was like some guy they called Bear that was hustling drugs and then...
Bear Grylls?
Yeah, or like, some Mexican guy that was named Bear.
Bear.
Yeah.
Bear. Ay, ay.
It might be Barro. Give me my drug.
Okay, tell me about the trailer.
No, it's just a bear that just runs around. They dropped a bunch of cocaine off in, Tennessee or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And it was in specific places, and a bear got a hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next thing you know, the bear gets all paranoid.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then starts killing people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
And then demands respect and wants his family
Right,
back.
and then it's like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I'll watch it. I mean, just for the bear. I mean, there's some...
For the bare necessities.
Yeah. You got any more bear puns on there? I barely am listening.
Did you know that this is based off of a true story?
Inspired by a true story.
Inspired. Now,
If you think that bear could talk, what do you think he would sound like?
I think he would go, I just was really sorry, and I just found this stuff, and I got so excited, and then I got so excited!
It sounds like the bear might be from maybe a little bit of the Mexican Italian a little bit. The bear gets a really deep voice, maybe something like that, and then he gets really excited.
Maybe, or he was just like a curious bear.
Yeah, maybe he was just like a cub, and then all of a sudden...
Became a big old...
Probably won't watch the movie.
Nah, and then he was like, oh, I went to Creighton Prep, I can get in this.
I went to Creighton Prep.
Okay, so did you know that this actually happened in 1985?
The bear and Coke?
The real bear on Coke. Real Coke bear.
Go.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything more?
Yeah. Oh.
You're the only one that has information on any story that I ever tell. You're all I have.
No, so this really happened.
Plane crashed into power lines.
No.
3 people were on board. That's all I know about it.
Yep. Okay, so that is not part of this story.
I got the hard-hitting facts.
Okay, so there was this drug smuggler who was like parachuting drugs down in 1985 in Georgia. Georgia.
Okay.
And he was trying to get away. He dropped the drugs. So this bear came along, and then he ate 40 containers of Coke. 40 containers. Now, I don't know how much the containers are. But basically, he consumed like 3 or 4 grams of coke before he died.
The bear died
The
eventually.
bear died.
Kind of ruins the ending, doesn't it? I thought he prevailed and then maybe went to rehab. No,
But the neat thing is,
he didn't even cut it up. He just ate it whole. Like, did he cut it up?
He did, like a fucking bear.
Yeah.
But
Use them
you know
claws
what?
to line 'em out.
You know what the coolest thing is of them all? You can see this bear today.
Still alive.
He's not alive.
Oh.
He's dead. But he's on display. The Coke Bear's on display.
Where?
Well, honey, he's on display in a mall,
In
Kentucky.
Yeah.
He's a mall bear now.
So, like, when they bulldozed that mall, did they forget to get him out because malls aren't a thing anymore? Or is he in the Mall of America?
It's like Maurice's, the Limited, the Buckle, Hometown Shoes, Old Navy, and then the Coke Bear. So.
Isn't that kind of funny? Isn't it ironic that in the 90s and stuff, the Coca-Cola did the bears for their big, with the stars on and everything like that?
Wow, how about that? A big old white polar bear.
Yeah, but this was a grizzly, I think, that was on all the Coke, not
It
a
was.
polar bear, because they wouldn't do that. They're like more like into like gummies and stuff like
Sure.
that. So, but grizz do
Yeah.
like heroin and Coke.
And they don't freebase or anything. They just go for it.
Yeah, I really don't know what freebase is.
You don't
today.
want to know. It's not.
It's not cheap, or is it
Sure
free?
isn't. Coke Bear.
Finally, we can get done with the show.
Oh, I had a story, but I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Well, we can do number 15,
Okay.
which absolutely pointless to talk about because they're so stupid. It's win some, lose some.
I think I said it today.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not sorry. I don't like it.
Well, you win some and you lose some.
It's true.
Try telling that to Kel Sanderson. 157-0, wrestler at Iowa State, 2005. Dan Gable, barely lost some. They're all wrestlers. I don't know why I know
I
wrestling
didn't know that
statistics.
you had this much.
Andre the Giant before WrestleMania 3. He never lost.
Mm.
So it's more like the Patriots, 6-6. They won some and they lost some.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. When's the last time you said it?
Today, at lunch. I got heartburn. Like, well, all the time, but
Yeah.
it's stupid to say, but all we do is just say it all the time. I don't know why. Sorry. I feel like the list is just completely dead now. Win some, lose some. And that was number 15. You started this, by the way. Don't ever forget that you started this.
No, I love it.
You're the reason why that there are power rankings. Because you're like, hey, we should start. I remember exactly where Rook was there. And you're like, you should just start writing these things down. I'm like, I'm never going to use them, but I'll write them down.
Mm-hmm.
And now look where it's gotten me.
Here you are.
Yeah. And I would say that is the definition of win some, lose some.
Here you are. Or all of it.
Are you making up isms as you go? Or are you? Yeah, here I am. What's your final news story? Because I'm about to hit the button.
Did you hear about the Liver King?
Oh, I heard about him. Can you believe he's on steroids? I can't believe it.
No.
Guy's 90 years old and has 0% body fat.
Yeah. Can you believe he was telling all these people to just eat raw meat and get ripped? And then
I was thinking about doing it.
you should try it.
So I decided I like French fries too much.
Yeah. That's really all. I
That
just
it?
thought it was funny.
We're in there.
Did you know he was spending $11,000 a month on steroids?
I did see that.
Whoa.
I mean, if to look like that, I'd do that. What's he spending on Rogaine for that beard, though?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. $10,000 a month.
Too busy up in my Bear Coke business.
Yeah. Most of you might not know this, but we did have 2 special guests with us tonight during this entire show.
Special.
Special as in like yep. And it's my sister and my boy Rook, and they have been here graciously sitting with us, and we appreciate them. And they didn't laugh one bit, they didn't say anything one bit, so the show obviously sucked. But I don't know, it was fucking sweet having you guys here. And it's been a great night.
Fart.
Thank you. No, fuck, I don't ever want to shut this show.
Thank you?
Thank you.
What?
For what? Nothing? Wish I could burp or puke or fart, but I don't know.
Crackin Natties.
We would never. You can't say that.
No,
Crackin
never-
Natties.
Happy holidays.
If you got maybe
Crackin'
a
Natties.
in a tree.
Wait a minute. You talking about that one time when I got set by aliens? And then the cops came. And when the cops showed up, they said that was
Epic.
actually
Let's crack some
far
natties.
the stickiest situation they've ever been in.
Yep.